I just want to clear up a few things before you watch this video. But you know who is this guy? The guy that keeps making videos of me. I don't know who he is, but who is this guy? Even though I can see his name, I can see all of his handles on his YouTube page, and I go there. I go out my way to actually check it. But before you watch this video that he's going to talk about me, okay? I just want to say that who is this guy here? Everything that he says about me is false. I mean, who is he? He doesn't even know who I am. Like, does he think that he's my therapist? Like, hey, everybody, he's my therapist, you know? But I just want to clarify a few things here. And I just want to say that I'm not a narcissist. I'm not insecure, and I don't need advice from anybody, okay, telling me about how I should be handling my life. Like, yo, I was married for 20 years. I got 2 kids. Okay, I know everything about women in relationships. All right? And you guys may not know this, but when I was with Lydia, she wanted me. But it was me. It was me that turned her down. Okay, because I wasn't really feeling it, because the language barrier just wouldn't allow me to get up. So that's why I never went there with Lydia, even though it was her choice. Yes, even though it was her choice to sleep in 2 different separate hotel rooms, I knew she wanted me, okay? And I also want to say that, yes, I may have been pursuing Liz for 2 years after she ghosted me. And yes, I did say that she ghosted me for no reason, even though I gave her like up to 10K money. But despite the fact that Liz says that I'm kind of creepy, and Liz says that I'm insecure, and that I just became a bit too much and a bit too overwhelming, I just want to say what Liz is saying, it's not true, because she doesn't understand. I mean, she asked me to give her space. So I sat down and didn't give her space, because I understood that she needed space. Yeah. But anyway, whatever this guy, who is this guy, Monday morning quarterback, whatever he says in this video, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I know you don't like the fact that I'm always topless, but I'm always telling you guys that I'm transparent, okay? And in my head, the way I look at it is very simple. If I'm wearing clothes, then I'm not being transparent, because clothes hide what's underneath. So if I take my top off, it means I'm being fully transparent. You can see what's underneath the clothes, okay? So that's why I'm always topless. So I like to be transparent as much as possible. But with that being said, make sure you like the video. Tiffany's got a better smile than me, but subscribe as well. What's going on, people? We're back again with another freaking video, and this one's all about Scotty. Now, when it comes to Scotty himself in particular, this is a man that has definitely hit us quite differently with his behavior on screen on 90 Day Fiancé Love in Paradise. We've seen the way he's treated Lydia, and we've also seen the same way he's also treated Liz as well. And none of those scenarios have been pleasant to watch. I mean, with Lydia, it got to a point where this guy just started talking absolute garbage about how language barrier was an issue. And then when it came to Liz, he just wouldn't even let her breathe, so much that she called him creepy and insecure. And that was one of the reasons why she left him in the first place, which is kind of interesting, because what she said does not align with what he said about how they ended up not working in the first place. But also at the same time, we're now where we are now. And where we are now is where we've experienced him obviously on the show, and we've also experienced him off the show recently by watching the way he's been desperately trying to get the attention of Tiffany Franco, and it has been quite disgusting and disturbing to watch. So we've seen him both on show and off the show. And you know what's so crazy about it? The similarities are identical. So his excuse of the 6 minutes nonsense is just not gonna cut it. But now we're in a different scenario. We're now in a scenario where somebody reached out to me. Somebody who was actually talking to Scott on a brief level reached out to me and said, hey, you know what? After seeing some of the things that you've said and recognizing some of the things that Scott has been doing, this man is definitely insecure. And I was like, okay. And then this is when I was provided with some screenshots. And these screenshots show a conversation of Scott having a conversation with someone who is a viewer of 90 Day Fiancé, and somebody who, or from her opinion, just wanted to get to know him on just a, casual level. Not necessarily with any agendas, just a casual level. But Scott now, on the other hand, because he didn't get things his own way, he then acted the way Scott acts best. And that is what we're going to get into right here, right now. But please do start off by liking the video. It helps us grow within the YouTube algorithm. Your likes and your comments help us grow all the time. Subscribing just helps you be notified about me uploading a video, if you dig what I'm saying. But with that being said, let's get into the first screenshot. Now, the first screenshot is of this young lady, in particular, sliding into the DMs of Scatty, where she simply says, "Good morning to you and Liz, have a wonderful day." So obviously at this time here, she's obviously under the assumption that Scott is still with Liz. And then she goes over and sends pictures of herself and another cast member that she knows. Now, of course, as you can see here, Scott comes in by saying, "Great pics, you both look happy. We're in Florida. I'm in Spring Hill," because of course she declared that she was in Florida as well, because we all know that Scott is in Florida. I'm starting to believe that creeps live in Florida, you know. I could be wrong, but goddamn, what's going on with Florida right now? I'm just kidding. Don't bite my head off, all right? You know me, with the jabs on that, for the sake of it, yes. But that was the first screenshot. Let's move on to the next one. Now, in this one here, Scott simply says, "You made me smile." And then he also goes on and talks about how he gets 300 DMs a day. It's interesting because if he gets 300 DMs a day, to be honest with you, if that was in his position, I'd probably not even look at my DMs. But it is interesting that out of all the 300 DMs, he just happened to reply to this young lady, which tells me that clearly when he gets all these DMs, he probably flicks, and all the women that look good and seem presentable or whatever, he must 100% reply to them. Because to be honest with you, the fact that he replied to her after getting 300 DMs a day, and bear in mind, this is a day, right? So you calculate how many that would be by the end of the week. That's not a friendly number, if you dig what I'm saying. So really and truly, to reply to someone, it means you're really looking at for certain DMs, if you dig what I'm saying. So I'm trying to put that out there because that's creepy itself alone. But anyway, with that being said though, in this conversation right here, you know, legit, they're just having a general conversation. But now we're going to flip over to the next DM itself in particular. I just wanted to point out that if this guy's getting 300 DMs a day, but he still has a way of replying to certain people, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? But anyway, we continue. Now, as you can see here in this screenshot, Scott gets to a point where he's like, "Listen, well, if you want to get to know me, we can video chat later today. I have an iPhone and WhatsApp. I get it, you like Liz." Now, the reason why he's putting "I get it, you like Liz" is because at this moment in time, he's thinking, why is this woman always saying Liz this, Liz that? It's because, of course, she thinks that you're with someone. So therefore, she's being respectful to you and Liz. But Scott doesn't like the fact that this woman's talking about Liz, because Scott wants it all to be about him. And most importantly, he wants to shoot his shot because that's all he bloody does. Disgusting guy. But either way though, he's made it abundantly clear, if you want to get to know me, we should do a video call. So of course, that's where he asks about the iPhone and the WhatsApp, and she simply responds by saying, "Yes, I am on, yes, I do have an iPhone." Now, of course, in final form, she's given him her number. And as you can see, Scotty himself in particular has definitely said, "Hey, it's Scotty." She's put her name in, of course. And then, of course, he's then responded with a video. I would play the video itself in particular, but it does say her name. And I don't really want to be putting people's names out there if you dig what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Even though she don't mind, I just don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Get people, find this person saying, who are you? Yeah, I'm not in that life. But anyway, we continue. Now, as you can see, some point in the conversation, Scott wastes no time by saying FaceTime later. And she responds by saying, "Okay." And of course, as you can see, he asks, "Are you Latina?" But right now we know he's got a thing for Latina women. So, but of course, she responds by saying, "No, I'm Italian, black, raised in an American household. I was adopted, but I look Latina, sorry." And then of course here and later on, Scott does then come in by saying, "FaceTime when you're free and not 10 things." I'm not too sure what that's about, but either way though, he says FaceTime when you're free. Keyword is FaceTime when you're free. Now, this is where it gets a bit interesting. It is now, I believe, the next day, because Scott has said, "You never FaceTime me. I'm not into pen pals." Like, bro, like, calm down, buddy. What's up with the aggression? You know what I mean? Like, this guy needs to ease off. But anyway, he says, you know, "I'm not into pen pals." And she responds by saying, "Good morning. Let's FaceTime later on this afternoon or tonight. I'm on way to Palm Beach in an hour, Scotty." And he goes, "Take care. I can FaceTime later on." She's like, "I can FaceTime later on." He goes, "I'll pass. Take care." Now, the reason why she then decided to, obviously, one of the other reasons why she decided to reach out is because as soon as that happened, what did Scotty do? He then blocked her. Like, yo, is this man so insecure that if somebody doesn't FaceTime him because maybe somebody's falling asleep or somebody's busy, he's just going to go out of his way to just block them like that. Now, don't get me wrong though, if you ask me personally, this lady has definitely dodged a bullet, because I can imagine whether you're friends with Scott or not, whether you're friends with Scott and you're female, or you're in a romantic relationship with Scott and you're female, it's probably peak for you, because this guy is a bloody headache. We've seen that multiple times. But either way though, as you can see right here, because he didn't get his own way in terms of him getting what he wanted that bloody dummy of his, but because mommy didn't give him the dummy, he decided to act like a child and be like, you didn't FaceTime me, you know what, bye, I'm not gonna block you. I mean, listen, that also tells me that clearly he's got a series, well, he's got a list of different women that he's probably speaking to right now, and whichever one's FaceTime, he keeps. The ones that don't, he's like, no, I can't do it. No, I'm just gonna run away. You know what I mean? Let's just remove all track record of that this ever happened. But guess what? I've got the track record right here. Now, of course, this may not seem like a big thing, but either way, the way I look at it, based on the things that we've seen on the screen so far, and what we're seeing right now, obviously on Instagram with him and flipping Tiffany as well, all I'm saying is that this man has a habit of where he likes to just latch on to younger women. And that's another key point. Liz, 29. Now, of course, when he went to Lydia, Lydia's a woman who's obviously mature. So a woman who's at a mature age. So, you know, we definitely know he couldn't handle being around a woman of a mature age. So that's why when Liz came back in, it was definitely easy for him to go back, because he wanted someone younger that he could hopefully manipulate. But Liz was way too smart for him. But you see this young lady here, do you know how old she is? She's 23 years of age. I mean, all I'm saying is this, being a man of his age and he's out here legit trying to, you know, chase or trying to be with women of such a young age, like it's very worrying. And also I want to point this out. Somebody said in one of the videos that I recently made about Scatty Boy, I believe it was a Tiffany one. Yes, it was a Tiffany video. And I even pointed out a comment that was said where somebody said that, hey, Scott, you need to slow down. You went from Lydia to Liz and now you want Tiffany. Like, yo, slow down. And I made the pure point about end of the day, this man does not slow down, because legit, he's always on the lookout. I even made the point of where I feel like there was even a crossover between him and between Liz and Lydia, and how, you know, he was basically playing them both at the same time, if you ask me. So I don't even know if this man's even a loyal man, but hey, Mr. likes to be transparent. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the way I'm looking at it right now is that, like, this guy Bubba's got a whole list of young women or women of all different ages or whatnot, and he's just trying to find one that's gonna actually end up tolerating him. And boy, if that happens, but I feel sorry for that. So, but either way though, you guys let me know exactly what you're thinking down below. Do you think Scott was petty to then end up saying, no, don't worry about it, I'm just gonna block you and bye? Or do you think something else? Yeah. Tiffany has a better smile than me. Oh, that will never get old in me, man. Bloody hilarious. Anyway, don't forget to like, sub, and of course, peace.